The shift in environment. The first seemingly innocent event I want to highlight is a change in her job or place of study. It might seem unrelated, but the impact is simple. Her social circle changes. She gains new hobbies and her focus shifts. Previously, her life might have revolved around you, with plenty of free time. Now, her eyes are on something else, and she begins to give you slightly less attention and sees you less often. What do you do in this moment? Many men panic. You might think, here we go. New female friends are not critical, but male colleagues often are. This is especially dangerous if she enters a male-dominated environment where she receives attention. This boosts her sense of self-importance. She looks at you and starts to question your value, especially if you begin to cling just as she pulls away. That combination is enough to ruin things. Therefore, a change in work or study is a major influence. Conflict as a test of strength. The next scenario is a classic, the first significant conflict. A single argument can trigger a chain reaction. It does not matter if you are actually at fault or not. A woman chooses you based on instincts and internal feelings. If you messed up and go to apologize, or if you did not mess up but still go to apologize, the instinctual reaction is often the same. The nuance lies here. Imagine you were always principled and never the first to cave. Suddenly you think, maybe I was too harsh, and you decide to be the bigger man and make the first move. Or perhaps you were previously neglectful, ignoring her completely while she stayed despite the discomfort. Then, the moment she finally distances herself in offense, you rush to reconcile. She immediately realizes that her withdrawal works. She sees the lever she can pull. Be extremely cautious with conflicts. They're not trivial. Who comes back first and who apologizes defines the power dynamic. Third parties and emotional needs. Is it possible for a woman to simply switch her interest to another man? Yes, but there are prerequisites. Usually, this happens if you are inattentive, failed to provide necessary emotions, or are simply the wrong partner for her. She needs emotions, and if someone else sparks her interest, a love triangle forms. In this situation, you have almost no chance. The new guy has no baggage or negativity attached to him. It is all fresh and exciting. You, on the other hand, are a source of disappointment. She will likely choose the new adventure. If you find yourself in a love triangle, the only correct move is to exit immediately. Distance and separation. Consider scenarios involving long absences, like work shifts or maritime jobs where you are apart for a month or two. Can this lead to her falling out of love? Yes. Men often have the ability to not see a partner for months and feel exactly the same upon return. Women function differently. Initially, you might receive hundreds of messages about how much she misses you. But after 2 or 3 weeks, the suffering often fades. She adapts. I am not saying 100% of women will leave if you are away, but the risk is significant and verified by countless consultations. Infidelity and the inversion of dominance. Another critical situation is when the man cheats. When the secret comes out, the man feels uncomfortable and guilty, while she feels anger and resentment. You might think you need to atone for your guilt to keep her. Leaving aside the moral aspect, let's talk about effectiveness. If you try to buy forgiveness with good behavior, her instinct tells her to stay offended because it is profitable. You provide more resources and attention. Even if she says she forgives you, she does not want the old you back. She wants this new, groveling version. This leads to an inversion of dominance. Eventually, she might leave anyway, claiming she cannot forgive you. But the truth is often that you simply lost your status by trying too hard to compensate. The ambition gap. There's a scenario where a woman outgrows her man. Generally, I do not recommend building serious relationships with highly ambitious women. Such a woman has an acute need for her partner to be superior to her. If you swap places, or even if she just catches up to you in status, your significance to her drops instantly. I have seen a million stories where a man supports a woman when she has nothing, helping her build a business or career. Suddenly, her affairs go uphill while he hits a crisis. She often leaves. You must be prepared for this possibility if you choose a partner with high ambitions. The rebound trap. Be wary of women who have just exited a relationship. If she returns to an ex, It is almost always to the one who dumped her, the one with whom she has an unfinished emotional cycle, a gestalt. It does not matter if he left her 3 years ago. If he calls, she might go. Men often fall into this trap by dating a woman who has only been single for 2 or 3 months. You can filter this out early by asking about her last breakup. If she says it was a mutual decision just a short while ago, it is likely untrue. Dig deeper. If she admits she was left behind, understand that you are entering a danger zone. Defining a strong position. I often see men confuse mutual feelings with a strong position. Just because she misses you does not mean you are in charge. A strong position is defined by specific criteria. 1. There are no conflicts because she fears upsetting you. 2. She initiates reconciliation if a misunderstanding occurs. 3. She invests and cares for you visibly. 4. You have zero internal suspicion or anxiety about the relationship. If you lack these, you're not in a strong position. The illusion of fixing things. Many of you watching this might already be in the middle of a crisis. You realize you were perhaps neglectful, then the catalyst hit, and you try to become good to fix it. Ask yourself, did it help? No, and it likely will not. You might be thinking, relationships are so fragile, why bother? It is not that bleak. It depends on what you are looking for. If you choose a partner solely based on emotions, because you love her and cannot help yourself, you are already in a weak spot. You are dependent. If you want drama and a spark, do not try to build a family out of it. That is absurd. You will be the architect of your own misery. However, if you approach relationships with a cool head and strategic thinking, looking for peace and harmony rather than an adrenaline rush, you can avoid these pitfalls. Conclusion. To summarize, 3 things are required for success. First, choose the right woman. If the choice is fundamentally wrong, no amount of knowledge will save you. Second, occupy the optimal position. This requires correct internal beliefs, not just manipulative tricks. Third, be ready to handle crises correctly if they arise. Though with the right position, you can usually nip them in the bud. If you found this analysis useful, please support the content by engaging with it. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts or questions, and consider sharing this with a friend who might need a wake-up call. Until next time.